The Ford Expedition is Ford's large SUV option, and I'm here to tell you why it's the perfect family SUV. Most people are not buying an Expedition for its looks, but the looks nonetheless are still good. This car does give you that dominant road presence that you want from an SUV because it is so large. On top of that, you get LED headlights, and it is also coated in a forge green metallic paint, which I think looks pretty good nonetheless. Now let's talk about practicality, because that's what you're looking for when you get a car like this. This SUV has a 3.5-liter V6 engine that makes 380 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic, making sure you feel powerful behind the wheel. The back of this car isn't too much to talk about, except for practicality. For practicality's sake, this trunk is perfect. You can open it automatically with a press of the button, and it gives you 36 cubic feet of storage space, which you can almost double if you lower that third row. It's just as easy to close with another press of the button, giving you enough storage space for whatever you have planned. Now this car also has some features here on the side. You have all these beautiful all-terrain tires that can get you camping or wherever you need to go. And on top of that, you have these plastic metal hybrid side steps to make sure anyone of any height can get in this car. Now we're going to talk about the interior, where it really starts to kick up. Now getting in this car is super easy. It doesn't matter if you're 5'2" or 6'7", you will fit into this car and feel comfortable. On top of that, you have creature comforts everywhere. The first comfort I would like to talk about is going to be this screen right here. This is going to be your infotainment system that is running Sync 4, which is fantastic. It's super responsive, it feels great, and honestly, it's definitely my favorite on the market as of right now. If you look around, you have your phone, you have your navigation, you have almost everything you want in this screen, and it does it perfectly. We're going to talk about some of the creature comforts up here as well. For your climate control, you have dual zone climate control, meaning you and your passenger can sit at different temperatures, which is perfect if you have people who like to be cold and people who like to be hot at the same time. You have cooled and heated seats for both sides, as well as a heated steering wheel. On top of that, you have storage space everywhere. You have a wireless charger, you have some connectivity down here, and on top of that, you have a big center console here where you can fit loads of stuff, as well as an extra tray if you want to keep coins, change, or your phone on close standby. On top of that, the materials around the dash are not the highest quality, but they're still very good. You have some soft touch materials in a few spots, but a lot of it is definitely on the lower end, but that's okay because this is not going to break your bank as much as those other SUVs with the full leather everywhere. Now for the driver in particular, you have a digital gauge cluster up here, which is incredibly nice because it just shows all your stuff on a nice digital screen. You can customize it to show you exactly what you want. You can do trip fuel, you can do miles per hour, you can do whatever you want. As well as the steering wheel here is a comfortable steering wheel. It's not the best in the world, but it definitely gets the job done and your hands will not hate it. I'm not necessarily your target audience for the back seat, but I can still somehow get comfortable. My head does hit the roof if I sit up straight, but it's not that bad. If you want to talk about legroom though, this is where this car succeeds. I have a lot of legs to work with, and I can fit here quite comfortably in that aspect. You do have your own climate control here in the back as well, just to give those rear passengers a little bit extra of that control to make them feel like they're a part of the drive. The most important part about any car, of course, is the driving experience it offers, and I can attest this is a great drive. You have clear visibility, you have phenomenal safety features, you have your backup camera, you have your blind spot detectors, and honestly, if I don't trust them, it is so easy to turn my head and see out either one of these windows. On top of that, you have multiple modes, as well as you have a four-wheel drive option to truly maximize the experience you can get in this vehicle. Now this car does start at $63,000, and this particular model we have here today with a little bit of upfits is around $75,000. Is this car worth it is probably the question you're asking yourself right now, and honestly I would say it is, if you have the people to carry around. If you have a large family of at least 2 kids, maybe 3, who want to bring their friends, this can fit 8 people at a time, and it is perfect for anything along those lines, those excursions, whatever. If you need a smaller car, there's multiple other options, but this car is perfect if you have that big family or want that big family.